Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Mike.
We're talking about a trend, something that's kind of popular out there. I was confessing to Mike before we started that this is a whole new world for me. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, I know that people are getting into their own YouTube channels, and some are making some good money.
That's true.
Yeah.
Some are others. Others are just doing weird stuff and putting it on the internet.
That's true, too.
Which is interesting as well.
Yeah, it's kind of not what I would do, but there you go. There is money to be made. I did find a really interesting guy a couple of weeks ago. I follow like weightlifters and diet people, who are really good with diets. This guy is a doctor. He'll critique shows like Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
Are they really giving them good advice?
Oh,
it's kind of funny.
So he talks about doctor TV shows and talks about what a real doctor might do in that situation.
But the video I saw today was about mukbang. And
really?
He had a nephew who was 15 on, and they were talking about it. So, this mukbang is kind of interesting. If you like to watch people eat.
Yeah.
Do you like to watch people eat a lot of food?
Really?
No, not me either.
But, I guess it depends how entertaining they are. And that's the thing about the internet and these strange YouTube channels. Often people are doing weird stuff you would never imagine to be interesting or entertaining. But the people themselves are the reason that we tune in. The people themselves are interesting and entertaining, and they make their strange activities like eating in front of a camera actually an interesting and entertaining thing to watch.
Some of them, yeah.
I guess the strange thing would be if you started going to restaurants just to watch strange people eat. So it's okay to do it on the internet, but not okay to do it in real life. And, well, a lot of stuff in the internet is the same way. So, yeah, we're going to be reading about mukbang, which is, I guess, a trend, a sort of new thing that's come out from South Korea. It started there, but it's spread around the world. And, I mean, that's another great thing about YouTube is we can watch what people not just from our own country, but from any country are doing. And it's really a good way to learn about culture, but also learn about weird hobbies like eating and filming yourself.
We're going to read through today's program, and then we'll talk about some of these words and this trend overall, what it's about.
Modern internet culture has given us many oddly enjoyable forms of entertainment. From short videos of teenage humor to lists of funny Twitter posts, there's no end to the ways we can spend our time online. However, one of the strangest to those who haven't seen it before might be the culture of mukbang. This involves internet users uploading videos of themselves preparing and eating meals, which commonly include enormous amounts of food, often more than 10,000 calories. Mukbang stars can have millions of followers. But what makes the seemingly mundane activity of eating so fun to watch? To answer that question, it's important to know where mukbang comes from. The trend and the term came to life on the South Korean streaming site Africa TV, combining the Korean words muknan, eating, and bangsong, broadcast. In South Korea, it's uncommon for people to dine alone, and dining in public means adopting strict meal etiquette. So-called mukbangers break both these rules by celebrating messy solo eating experiences. On a deeper level, the popularity of mukbang videos may have something to do with fighting off loneliness. More and more people live and eat alone these days. The elderly are most affected by this. For example, 1 in 5 people over 70 in the UK eat most meals by themselves. Watching mukbang videos or streams, during which mukbangers may not only eat but also chat with viewers, can be a source of comfort and a substitute for shared dining. As food has always been a means for people to bond with one another, it seems natural that online communities also rally around the simple activity of eating for an audience.
So guys, let's just dive in here. We're talking about mukbang. Modern internet culture has brought us this trend or fad where people actually film themselves. A lot of it's just live streaming, and then they have that video up that other people can watch at different times of the day. But if it's live streaming, you're actually watching them as they film it, as they do it. And people are making comments. As you know, you can chat with people who are, have these live streams. It's very interesting. There are a lot of comments on some of these sites. I guess I saw 3 different people that were pretty popular. One was Trisha Paytas, and she started in 2007. There was a Zach Choi, who was Korean. I thought he was actually from Korea, living in Korea, but he is Korean American. He grew up in the States, but he doesn't talk. So how would you know?
That's true. He's too busy eating.
Very, very cute, very thin. I can see why the girls would like him. And then there's another guy I found called Nick Avocado, or Nick Avocado, he says sometimes. He's a jolly-looking fellow.
Okay, kind of a big guy.
He looks like he eats a lot of fast food. So does Trisha, by the way. And they have over 1 million subscribers, which is really good. But let's talk about how this is a really odd but enjoyable form of entertainment. If you're talking about entertainment, you're talking about things that you enjoy watching or sitting down and maybe laughing at something. Entertainment can be lots of different sorts of things depending on what you like. You might like to go to concerts. I like to go to baseball games. That's a great form of entertainment for me. I don't really watch YouTube videos for entertainment, typically. I use it to find out how to pronounce some of these words we get hit with sometimes as teachers. Or sometimes I'm trying to find pronunciation, things like that. I do watch a few YouTube videos about dieting, the best way to lose weight, and also lifting weights. There are a couple people I follow. What about you, Mike? What's your favorite form of entertainment?
Well, I like to read a lot, so that's a good form of entertainment.
Yes.
If there's something good on television or a movie or something like that. Of course, listening to music. These are all forms of entertainment you can do at home. And if you go out, you can, meet up with your friends, watch movies, as you say, go to events, concerts, or watch a sports game of some kind. So entertainment's just basically anything you do because you like it, and you do it during your free time. So, in the evening, on the weekends and holidays and stuff like that. Some people like very active entertainment, like playing sports or dancing in a nightclub. Other folks like quieter, more relaxing entertainment, like watching TV or playing video games or something like that. But I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube videos.
I wanted to mention some of my friends talk about going home and sleeping. That's not really entertainment, guys. It's just relaxing. So get out there and have some fun. The point is to relax but also laugh and enjoy yourself. So we've got short videos of teenagers who have posted to YouTube or whatever. It might be Twitter posts. You're limited, though, to the amount of words you can put on those. So there's no end of the ways or end to the ways we can spend our time online. We know for a fact that a lot of people waste a lot of time online. However, one of the strangest we've been talking about, and something I'd never seen before I got this particular unit, was this mukbang. This involves internet users uploading videos of themselves. If something involves something, it means you need these certain things to actually have it work. So if I want to make a dress, I'm going to sew it. That involves a sewing machine and fabric and a needle and thread, scissors, things like that. We also use involved to talk about people who are involved in something. That means they're participating. But here we're talking about what you need if you're going to participate or do any mukbanging yourself. So you upload. If you take the video from your computer and then put it out there in the internet, you're uploading. If you take something that's on the internet and download it to your own computer, you're saving that file to your desktop perhaps, or maybe your memory that you use in the cloud.
All right. Yeah, so they're making these videos of themselves. I guess they're also preparing and making and eating the meals, right?
Yeah.
I guess some of them go out and buy it from
Some
restaurants,
cook, but
some will cook.
Yeah.
So to prepare your meal is basically to cook, but we do sometimes use that word instead of cook, preparing a meal. But, casually, if someone called and said, hey, what are you doing? You wouldn't say, I'm preparing a meal. You'd probably just say, I'm cooking. But anyway, so they make these meals, and some of these meals, I think it's safe to say, are not small. They're enormous, in fact. We use a word there, enormous. That's an adjective that's pretty much the opposite of small. Enormous, big, gigantic, huge, something like that. So really big meals. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And when we say really big, to give you an idea, it says often more than 10,000 calories.
Woo!
So 10,000 calories and up. That's what the more than means. So 10,000 calories plus. To give you an idea of how much that is, I think most doctors recommend people get around 2,000 calories a day, right? Anything more than 2,000, 2,500, you might be putting on a little bit of weight. So this is basically one meal with the same amount of calories or food energy that you would normally get if you're healthy in 4 days.
Yeah. So mukbang stars can have millions of followers. If you've been on YouTube or some of these other channels that stream videos, you can see that you can become a subscriber. You sign up, and then you're notified when they upload a new video. Mundane here, if you talk about something that's mundane, you're saying it's really ordinary. It's nothing special. It's not unique, commonplace.
Yep.
Sometimes boring.
Sometimes boring.
But a lot of people don't seem to find watching other people shove lots of junk food, I would say, into their mouths as mundane. They find it very fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, what makes this activity so fun to watch? Well, we've got an answer for you guys, but first we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back to continue talking about this kind of strange trend.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 首先来看到今天文章的第一个句子写着 Modern internet culture has given us many oddly enjoyable forms of entertainment. 在这里提到现代的网络文化呢，给予我们有许多古怪但是却有趣的不同类型的娱乐。首先来看到这里的 entertainment 本来就是可以用来指的是一些娱性或者是演艺事业。举例来说，他弹钢琴来为我们助兴，你就可以说 She played the piano for our entertainment。那么最常用来解释成为娱乐跟消遣，举例来说 This law applies to all places of public entertainment 指的是这条法律适用于一切公共的娱乐场所。而继续往下面看，今天要谈到的是吃播的文化，也就是 the culture of mukbang。首先在第一段的倒数中间的句子提到This involves internet users uploading videos of themselves preparing and eating meals, which commonly include enormous amounts of food, often more than 10,000 calories. 首先来看到 this 指的就是前面所提到的吃播文化。跟什么有关呢？我们在这里用了动词 involve， 也就是意味着或者是包含的意思。这是一个很重要的动词，我们来举一个例子。His work involves occasional journeys， 指的就是他的工作偶尔需要出差旅行。另外一个 involve 常用的意思还有牵涉或者是使人卷入某件事情的意思。举例来说 That's no concern of mine. I'm not involved. 指的是那件事情跟我无关，我呢才不想要卷入其中呢。而这里则是有 involve 包含的意思。 吃播文化指的包含的就是这些网络使用者 uploading 上传他们自己准备或者是用餐的情形，而这通常包含了是极大量的食物。我们用了一个形容词 enormous， 也就是有巨大的大量的意思。有时候这些食物的热量呢是常常超过10000卡路里的。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're talking about mukbang, which is a trend or fad that's actually pretty popular around the world, especially if you're someone who spends a lot of time online, you like internet culture yourself. So when we left you, we were talking about the question, these mukbang stars, they have millions of followers. Zach Choi actually has 3.1 million to date. He probably is adding every day. People who are really interested in watching him eat and sometimes prepare his meal. I've seen him also prepare like a pork chop that has been, dipped into egg and batter and then fry it. It's very interesting. Anyway, so what's our question? What makes it so fun to watch? Really, what's a very commonplace activity for most people? I've never thought about paying to watch someone eat a meal. To answer that question, it's important to know where mukbang comes from. And I'm not surprised. South Korea has provided us with a lot of entertainment over the past decade, I would say. Sometimes they give us great boy bands who can dance like crazy, or some weird people. The Gangnam guy was kind of interesting. It was interesting.
That's right. Some of their movies are quite popular too.
Soap operas.
They produce popular soap operas and movies. And food. I think Korean food is really spreading around the world.
I enjoy a lot of it.
To North America and places where Korean people might have moved to. And I've even actually watched a few sort of European British cooking shows. And from the way the hosts were reacting, it seemed that Korean food is not that common in that part of the world. But they were really into it. They're like, wow, British people would love this. It's full of meat and spicy and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of Korean culture is spreading around and mukbang videos are going right along. So yeah, it says the trend and the term mukbang came to life on the South Korean streaming site Africa TV. Okay, we'll pause there in this sentence. So we're talking about a trend. It's kind of a fashion. It's a new thing. It kind of came out of nowhere. 6 months ago, you'd never heard of it. Now all your friends are doing it, talking about it, watching it, buying it. Trends are basically kind of fashion that happens very quickly in the moment. And a trend probably lasts maybe just a few months. There were trends for different foods or different clothing styles or music styles. And then you think about it and you're like, wow, remember that? And yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long time ago because the thing about trends is they do come and go rather quickly. But if you're young and interested in new thing and want to kind of be cool and, on the cutting edge of the latest thing, then you might like to follow the trends, no matter what they are. And certainly the internet is a great way for people to spread the news and information about different trends, different new fashion styles that change quite quickly. So Africa TV is where it came from. And then we learn where the name came from.
Yeah, the name is a combination of two different words.
Yeah.
Moknyum and bansong. I don't speak very good Korean. Sorry about that.
And bangsong, yeah. So I guess
put them together,
bang. Okay, got it. Eating, broadcast.
Eating, and then you broadcast what you're eating. South Korea, though, which I found interesting, it's uncommon for people to dine alone.
Yeah.
I know in Taiwan, friends and family like to get together a lot to eat. And dining in public in South Korea means adopting or using strict meal etiquette. Etiquette here just means, the rules of politeness that
good
most
manners.
People are taught as young people. Not so much anymore.
I know that in South Korea, for example, if you're eating with an older person, they're not allowed to pour their own drink.
Right. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So the older person always gets the younger person to pour their drink.
They definitely honor the elderly there.
Definitely. And this is the kind of thing that you have to know to show that you have good manners.
True.
So even if you're out for a casual lunch, you might have to think about that. So it's a little bit different from other places.
So you've got mukbangers. We're calling those the people that are actually posting these videos.
Okay.
They just want to break the rules. They don't want to follow along and do what everybody else does, which is popular, especially as a young person. And they want to celebrate messy solo eating experiences. They not only want to eat alone, they want to be messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you celebrate something, you usually have an event like a birthday, maybe a wedding anniversary that you want to remember. So you throw a party or have some sort of social event so you can celebrate. Different ways to celebrate. Solo here means alone. And messy just means, well, wait till you see it. It's pretty messy. All of them seem to have, food dripping down their chin.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, it's kind of gross.
Interesting.
So moving on to the last paragraph, it says on a deeper level, the popularity of mukbang videos may have something to do with fighting off loneliness. No one wants to be lonely, and it seems like a lot of people are actually staying in the house, playing video games alone.
Watching YouTube videos.
Alone, eating alone.
Yeah.
If you fight something off, you work to prevent something from happening. For example, when we start to feel like we're getting sick, Mike and I record for a living, so we want to fight off that cold.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do all I can to fight it off. I'll drink a lot of orange juice, sleep more, eat more garlic. That helps sometimes too. So they want to do things that prevent that loneliness from actually affecting them.
That's right. We fight off things that, we don't like. Of course, you would fight off a bear if it's trying to eat you. But we also fight off things that we can actually fight. You fight off loneliness, maybe fight off boredom.
Yeah.
On the weekend, I got nothing to do. Well, you can fight off boredom by finding something entertaining to do, by going out to find some entertainment. Anyway, so these are things that are seen as bad, and we want to try to stop them or prevent them. All right, then we get back to it. It says more and more people, live and eat alone these days. In big cities, people live in small apartments. Their parents and friends live far away.
Yeah.
They work long hours. It's, hard to spend your time with friends and family all the time. And for older folks, the elderly, that's what we mean there, the elderly are most affected by this. Most of us probably know of our grandparents, and one of them has died and the other one is kind of on their own a lot more than they used to be. Maybe a lot of their friends are too old or have passed away or moved to other places. So for older people who can't get out as much, who don't have jobs and stuff like that, where they would normally meet people, it can be very hard. Here's an amazing statistic that's actually quite sad. It says, for example, 1 in 5 people, that's 20% of people over 70 in the UK eat most meals by themselves. So this would be your grandma or grandpa, but they might be able to get a little bit of companionship, a feeling of friendship, a feeling of being close to someone by watching some YouTube videos. And hey, if you're eating, why not watch a video of someone else eating?
Yeah, you can chat with them, which is great, and
they can chat and you can just sit there and listen.
Yeah, you could be a source of comfort and a substitute for shared dining. If you're providing some sort of comfort, you're making someone feel better physically, even emotionally, mentally. You feel good. You're free from pain. It's wonderful to feel comfortable. That's the adjective form of this. This is a noun, of course. And you can do this by this substitute. It's a different way to actually share the dining experience. And as food has always been a means for people to bond with one another, grow closer together. It's natural, it seems, that these online communities, these groups of people, we may not live in the same neighborhood, but people gather together based on their interests. They are online communities. They also rally around the simple activity of eating for an audience. If you rally around someone, it's like you're supporting them, right?
You gather together to help out.
Make people feel better. Yeah. So we're going to continue talking about this trend in our next program, but right now we're out of time. We're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.
在第二段的第二个句子介绍了吃播文化这个潮流以及这个字词的来源。The trend and the term came to life on the South Korean streaming site, Africa TV, combining the Korean words mukbang, eating, and bonsong broadcast. 原来啊 mukbang 这个字呢是结合了韩文吃跟播送这两个字的发音，而这样的潮流 trend 跟这个字词呢则是从南韩的直播网站 Africa TV 开始流行起来的。我们来看一下这个名词 trend 有趋势跟时尚的意思。举例来说，目前的趋势呢是穿着的比较轻松随便，我们就可以说 The current trend is towards informal clothing。接着我们来看到这些吃播的文化带来了怎么样子的影响。在第三段的第一个句子提到On a deeper level, the popularity of mukbang videos may have something to do with fighting off loneliness. 如果从更深一层的层面来看，吃播影片的流行可能跟抵抗孤独感有某些程度的关系。Have something to do with 也就是与什么有关联，那么与什么无关就可以说 have nothing to do with。 而这里的 fight off 则是有抵抗或者是击退某人或某事物的意思。我们常说要治愈好感冒就可以说 fight off a cold，又想要驱逐这种疲劳的感觉，你也可以说 fight off a feeling of tiredness。 而吃播文化呢，则是帮助人们可以去抵抗这种孤独的感觉。在第三段中间的句子提到 watching mukbang videos or streams during which mukbangers may not only eat but also chat with viewers can be a source of comfort and a substitute for shared dining。因为对韩国人来讲呢，他们是不太一个人吃饭的，所以看着这个吃播的影片或者是直播呢 during which 在看的这个期间，吃播主呢不但会吃，也会跟看的观众们聊天，而这件事情 can be a source of comfort 可以是成为一个安慰慰藉的来源，以及共同用餐的替代品 a substitute for shared dining 也就是抚慰击退这种孤独的感觉了。 A comfort 在这里当作名词，就是有舒服或舒适的意思。 OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's it, guys. Thanks for joining us. As I said, we have one more day to talk about mukbang, and I'm sure some of our listeners out there are starting to think about perhaps starting their own YouTube channel and eating in front of, different people who want to subscribe to their channel. Good luck, guys. There's a lot of competition out there. For English Digest, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Mike.
Bye.
Bye-bye.